Good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee Talk.
Good morning.
I am here with Aaliyah, and today we are going to be discussing how parents and students can survive distance learning. So, if you guys are ready, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, as you all know, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, most of our students are going to be learning virtually, meaning that they're going to do school online. Their teachers are going to be holding live lessons for classes online. They're going to be giving their assignments and projects online, and they will probably be doing Zoom and Google Meets, meetups for class and everything. We wanted to come on and offer some tips and pointers for parents and students to survive this. So Aaliyah is going to go over some tips for students, and then I'm going to go over some tips for parents, and then we are going to kind of double back into talking about some recreational things that students can do while they are home during this distance learning time, which Aaliyah has definitely taken on, starting her own business. So let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead, Aaliyah.
So the first tip I have for students is create a daily schedule. So for maybe Monday, you can do math and reading, and then Tuesday, science and social studies, and then Wednesday, like all of your creative arts, and make sure you stick to your schedule to be successful. My second one is create a study space. So like if your room is peaceful and calm and quiet, or if the kitchen table or somewhere where it's like you're relaxed and you're gonna actually get your work done, that's why I would say create a study space. 3, find other students to work with. Just don't cheat or plagiarize. And working together, honestly, for me is what helped me a lot, because if I didn't understand something and my teacher's hours were up, I had another student to help me. But just remember, don't cheat. Communicate with your teacher. Like if you have a question, don't be scared to just send an email to your teacher, because even if you send it without their work hours, they could probably respond the next day. So always remember to communicate with your teacher, because if you don't communicate, they will never know you're struggling.
Exactly. Like I remember having students who didn't submit assignments, right, through Google Classroom. And when I reached out to the parent or the child, they would say things like, oh, I didn't understand what you expected us to do on this assignment. And I want to reiterate and piggyback off of what you said, Aaliyah. I think that is very important for students to email your teacher, have that conversation, ask for their office hours, schedule a Zoom meeting one-on-one or with your parent and your teacher, so that you can have a clear understanding of the expectations for a particular assignment.
Right.
So I like that one.
And lastly, do not procrastinate, because I used to struggle with procrastinating a lot. Like I used to be like, I'll do this assignment later, and then I'll keep saying I'll do it later, and then I'll have to wake up extra early just to get it done. So I would say don't procrastinate also, because sometimes when you feel like you can get an assignment done, another teacher gives you another assignment, and it's just a lot, but you still have to get it done because it's somewhat your fault that you procrastinated. So I would say, create your daily schedule, have a workspace, find other students to work with, communicate with your teacher, and don't procrastinate.
I like those. I like all of those tips. But if it was a project, like what would you recommend for projects?
If you know you can't get it all done by yourself, like if you're a procrastinator and you have a whole project to yourself, find others to help you, like a group of kids, because it's not all on you.
Yeah.
Y'all can split it evenly, the work.
That's what I was gonna say, like split it up.
Right.
Split it up. Like I know for my students, I had them to take out their planners, their agenda books, and write down on every day of the week, that Monday through Saturday or whatever. And I would have them write down like which component of the project they were going to do on each day. That would help them like chunk it, so that they're not looking at one big project to do at one time, because that can be stressful. That can be very stressful, and I think that's why most students don't turn things in, because they wait till the last minute, and honestly, it's too much. They don't know how to do it, so they're just like, you know what, forget it, I'll take the L on this one. And what needs to happen, okay, We need to develop those skills that lead to your academic success. And I think Aaliyah gave some pretty good tips here. Next, we're gonna go into some tips for parents. Parents out there, I feel your pain. I have 4 children that are doing virtual learning, and I'm a teacher, so trying to manage my students and my daughters, it's a tricky balancing act, but it can be done. So the first tip that I'm going to give this morning is to help your child establish and stick to a routine. So that's a schedule. What time should they wake up? Where are they doing their work, their distance learning? Do they have a space set up for this? What time do they need to be in that space? Write it out. Create an anchor chart. So some of y'all are like, what is anchor chart? That's teacher talk. Right. So it could be a big sheet of paper. It could be a whiteboard. It could be a poster. But write their schedule for the day out. Now, I know most of you that may have middle school or high schoolers might be looking at me crazy like, my kid ain't gonna follow no schedule, but you will be surprised. At school, we have a schedule for students. They know when to report to their first period class, what time lunch is going to be served, and when they need to report back to class from lunch, their specials, after school program. They're on a schedule all day long when school is in session. So they need to be on a schedule at home during virtual learning. And their teachers are going to have scheduled hours. So as the school year begins, teachers are going to be sending you electronic versions of their syllabus. And their syllabus is going to outline their teaching schedule for the virtual learning. Tip number 2, check in with your child's teachers. Teachers are usually managing, and I'm speaking from 6th through 12th grade, teachers are usually managing anywhere between 90 to 200 students. Yes, 200. The K through 5th grade teachers, the range is anywhere between 25 students to 50, because those 4th and 5th grade teachers, they teach like 2 classes of about 25 or something. So yes, so you have to reach out to your child's teacher. You come to the teacher, you want your questions to be very specific about a particular assignment or project or grade. So Make sure that you've done your due diligence, you know. The third tip that I have, very important, you want to encourage physical activity and exercise for your child. Like, do you think that's important?
Yes, like I feel like exercise is very important, because in school we walk around every day. At home we're just sitting down doing work.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if you have a park or go on walks or Zoom calls like with your team.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, because you did the basketball drills over Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So exercise, you know, it really releases a lot of those happy hormones, those endorphins, and this can be a very depressing time for students, parents, everybody involved. So in order to combat depression in a sedentary lifestyle, and you know, get those happy hormones flowing, exercise and physical activity is very important. And most of these students are athletes, and they're not getting their basketball practices, volleyball practices, soccer practices in. So yes, parents, definitely encourage physical activity and exercise. And you may want to join in with your child. You know, I know Medina was doing what, Chloe Ting, and I should charge her for this free advertisement on my station. But anyway, you want to make sure that you're encouraging your child to get up and get moving.
Right.
Tip number 4. Okay, now this is going to be a hard one. Raise your hand if you're a parent that fights the urge daily to micromanage your child. Yeah, you see my hand going up. Let me help it. Oh, I am such a hands-on parent, and I get it. As soon as my child goes on that Zoom call, I want to see what are they learning, who's teaching the class, and what are they learning today, and how is the material, the information being presented, so that if my child is lost and confused, I can help her. But as a teacher, parents, and I can't believe I'm getting ready to say this, when parents jump in on my lessons that are meant for my students, it's distracting. It kind of throws me off. So if you can just resist that urge to have like these impromptu parent-teacher conferences while your kid is on that virtual learning call, resist the urge. Number 5, and parents, this is a very important step. You must, at all costs, take care of yourself. Because you have all of this on your plate now, and then I'm sure you're on Zoom calls for your own job. You're in online meetings, you are working on things for work that require a lot of your attention. But at the same time, what parent doesn't want their child to perform well in school, you know? So I get it. But you have to find time in your day to go for a walk, listen and dance to some music, have some tea, child, read a book, watch your favorite show on television, take a long bubble bath, call a friend and laugh, watch a comedy show on Netflix. Whatever it is your vice, whatever is your thing, take care of you. Just like when you're on an airplane and the stewardess says, put your gas mask on in the event of an emergency before you help someone else to put theirs on. Because if you pass out, you can't help anyone else. So it's the same thing with your children, supporting them during distance learning. Take care of you so that you can be mentally healthy, physically, emotionally healthy, and available so that you can help your child. Okay? Don't worry, we're here for you. Hutchins 360 STEM has academic coaching for students. Get excited. We have academic coaching for students, and we provide one-on-one assistance where you contract us, right? And then we meet with your child online. We get a list of their classes, their teacher emails, access to their Google Classroom. We go in, we see their assignments, and we help your child develop a strategy for success, a plan for success. We will email your child's teachers with your permission to check in, see what's going on with that child, your child's academics, and make sure that they're on track to not just pass the class, but do very well in the class. So let us be an assistance to you and take that burden off your shoulders. For the nominal fee that's listed on our website, just visit hutchins360stem.com to get more information about our academic coaching services for students. We also do one-on-one workshops for parents too, because learning how to navigate around Google Classroom can be a headache if you've never used it before. And all of these apps, like we always tell the kid, log into Clever to access Zern, to access Newzilla, to access BrainPop, to access what else? There are so many.
Canvas, Google Drive.
Canvas, Google Drive, everything. So we can show you where to find these things, how to log into them, how to use them, give you all the information that you need. So be sure to join our emailing list, contact us for a free consultation, and we'll be happy to help you with those services. And we also provide tutoring. If your child falls short in certain areas, we have a staff of 6 highly trained individuals. They are certified teachers with multiple degrees. We even have a principal on the team, Dr. Sermons. So we are available to you. Just reach out to us. Now, we're going to switch gears here and talk about what kids can do during the pandemic and virtual learning. So you're going to have some free time, students. You're going to have some free time. So what are we going to do with some of that free time? Why not start a business? I'm just saying. Aaliyah has started her own business. I'll let her tell you a little bit about it.
I have a boutique, and it's glamorous and affordable merchandise. And My hottest products right now are these lip glosses right here.
Yes.
And to check to see which kind.
So nice. Look at this. You get the nice little bottle. I don't want to take it out because she sanitized these things seriously, but it has a little lip brush.
And to see the like individually, check out the video before this video, the previous video.
Our previous episode 2 of Morning Coffee Talks.
So now we're going to talk about staying sanitary, making lip gloss or any merchandise.
But before we actually go into that, this is STEM related, right? Because you had to mix certain materials that reacted in a certain way with each other to create these lip glosses, right? So as part of being a good scientist, using the science to create a business and being a good scientist, we have to make sure that what we do is sanitary. Because during this time of COVID, we don't want to pass anything on to our customers. We don't want our customers to pass anything on, to their families or what have you. So that's why we're doing this component.
Right.
So go ahead.
Okay, so staying sanitary, making lip gloss or any merchandise is important, just like she said, doing the pandemic. So the first one is put on gloves and wash your hands thoroughly, because first of all, gloves, like you should put on gloves dealing with anything that someone's putting their lips on or wearing or eating, and wash your hands thoroughly. Second, clean the materials with hot water and soap. That's exactly what I did. And to see that video, check out my Instagram page, Aaliyah's Boutique. Third, let your materials soak in the soapy water for about 30 minutes.
It's at this moment.
Excuse me, I'm choking. Eat too fast.
And then 4, wipe the materials with rubbing alcohol to get all of the bacteria off of it. And lastly, make sure to spray disinfecting spray on the package before delivering, because you never know what you might have or whoever's delivering your package might have. So to make sure your customer is still safe.
Exactly. So we hope that you enjoyed this session of Morning Coffee Talk.
And make sure to drop what you guys want to talk about for our next video in the comments below.
Absolutely, because we want to make sure that we give the people what they want. Aaliyah, I'm telling you, this is going to be such an exciting time. Like, I know that it doesn't come without its problems and issues, this virtual learning period, but this is going to be an exciting time because people are going to really learn what they're made up of. And I think that this is good for students to get this experience now, learning how to be accountable for their own schedule, their assignments, their own studying and everything, because these are skills that you're going to use in college. These are skills that you're going to use when you enter the 21st century workplace. So I think that this can be a good time. So we got to just find the positives in it all. All right. Well, this concludes our Morning Coffee Talk. We look forward to you joining us on, when are we doing this again? Thursday. So every Tuesday and Thursday, you meet us right here on IG Live at 10 a.m. for our Morning Coffee Talk.
Bye.
Bye.